YellowDingy.com. Hey guys, welcome to YellowDingy.com. It's Mario, and I'm doing a game glance on Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine.
Captain Titus, the Orcs have massacred the Forge World's forces.
It's the 41st millennium, and there is only war. The enemies of man, including savage, bloodthirsty orcs and other dark, dangerous forces, wage constant war against the descendants of Earth, seeking to end their very existence. But there exists a single force that holds back the dark alien hordes, the Space Marines. Now, a million-strong orc horde has invaded the Imperial Forge world, one of the planet-sized factories that produces the war machines for humanity's battle for survival. Obviously, losing this planet is not an option. With an Imperial Liberation fleet en route, you, the Ultramarines, are sent to hold key locations until reinforcements arrive. Captain Titus and a squad of Ultramarine veterans must use weapons of the Imperium to recapture the Forge world before it's too late. The main storyline is broken into chapters, which you can replay once unlocked. The game becomes very overwhelming when you have waves and waves of orcs to deal with. However, the game offers various checkpoints, so reloading isn't so bad. You have your basic weapons, pistol types, short range, long range, and grenades. You also have various melee weapons like the chainsaw sword, power axe, or thunder hammer. As for guns, you can shoot from the hip or aim down the sights. Because you're typically dealing with hordes of enemies, shooting from the hip seems to be the most effective. The gameplay is done well, with each weapon offering its unique style, whether it be a heat-sensitive plasma pistol or a trigger-activated explosive launcher. The meleeing is a significant part of the game as well. You can string combos together, you can stun enemies, and go for an instant kill animation. You also have the option of Fury mode. When activated, you regain health, and if using melees, your attacks are significantly stronger. If using a gun sight aiming, time slows down for you to be more deliberate in your aiming. Surprisingly, there is no cover system in the game, and the excuse is that the Space Marines don't use cover because they're tough walking tanks. But this lack of cover system is definitely noticeable in a bad way. As for various extras, you can use turrets, you can use a jump pack to jump impressive distances. I mean, overall, you're mostly going to be dealing with hordes of orcs. And you would think it would get very repetitive, but that's not the case at all. The game corners you into doing various scenarios, like being low on ammo or completely ammo depleted, or having enemies far versus close. So the game does a good job of getting the gamer to switch up their gameplay style every now and then. As for the controls, they are good. You have manual camera controls, which fits in well. The gunplay and meleeing all have been button allocated in a standard format, and it's a very straightforward game to play. You can just pretty much pick up and play. As for online gameplay, you have two options. You have Seize Ground, which is King of the Hill style, and you have Annihilation, which is Team Deathmatch. You have three classes to choose from. You have Tactical, which is your generic setup. You have Devastator, who is your ultimate walking tank. And then there is Assault, which has access to the jump pack. The online options are few. Well, actually not even that, they're just actually two. But they're done well and offer some pretty good entertainment.
The War Boss.
Space Marine! What you hiding down here? Whatever it is, I want it! Don't get it!
As for graphics, they aren't very impressive. The character models look not bad, but the environments have poor and repetitive textures. The orcs have a poor design as well, in that they look very cartoony when compared to the actual badass looking Space Marines. And there's a lot of clipping issues as well, which just looks sloppy. As for the audio, it's also sort of weak. First off, the orcs sound more human in their voice than the Marines do, which is kind of weird. The actual battle sounds of breaking bones and spilling of blood all sound fine. This game in no way is epic. If anything, it's a watered-down Gears of War. The game lacks presentation and the AI is pretty retarded, but overall it plays well. The gunplay is great, the hordes of enemies are fun, and it's challenging, but not quite impossible, making for some satisfying gameplay. I personally would just wait for Gears 3, but being objective, this game isn't bad at all. It made for some fun gaming. That was Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine, and that was a game glance from YellowDingy.com.
Titan Invictus seems unusual.